That's right, guys. This is a Yamaha video. If you don't know anything about this project, I bought this bike for $500, and since I've been gathering all the parts I need to put the engine back together, which I bought separately on eBay. This project has been on the back burner for a while, unfortunately, but today that's gonna change. I just realized, you know what, I've got all the parts I need. I can start rebuilding the head, and then once I have the head rebuilt, I'll just pretty much put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Let's get this head rebuilt. The whole YZ450 engine is in this box. The part that's going to be getting rebuilt today is this one. I don't know if I've really showed this thing off yet, but start off by taking all the parts apart. The valve cover, pretty clean. This thing, bought on eBay, came with both of the camshafts and the cam cap thing. Both camshafts look to be in good shape. The only thing that it is missing, well, things, are the valves. Each of the intake valve guides have cracked. The two exhaust valve guides look good. So I guess the first thing I need to do is get this single valve, which is broken at the top, you can see. Get that out of there, get all three intake valve guides out, get the new ones in, and then get the valves in. Here's the valve kit. Got this on eBay, of course. It even came with a gasket, came with all the valve springs and the seals, and it also came with all of the little retainer collet thingies, and then of course the valve. Just gonna start out with the hammer and a punch, and we'll see how far that gets me. First, of course, this valve seal has to come off so I can see what I'm working with. Well, there's the bottom spring retainer. Just gonna pull all these old valve seals off because I'm not gonna reuse them. There we go, that's all of them. There was one missing. That is a piece of the valve guide stuck on the valve. Oh, got it. Whatever happened to this engine is no bueno. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm gonna be able to get it out because the end there is mushroomed out. Did somebody say Dremel time? There it is. Nice. It's almost out. Okay, I need a skinnier punch. I got the damn punch stuck. There it is. So now you can see how broken that valve guide is in there. We gotta get that out probably in a few pieces. Yep, there's a piece. I think this might be the perfect tool for the job. Let's see if it'll fit. It's a little tight. Why don't I just drill the valve guides out? Beautiful. I'm going to grind this down a little bit because it's got to go inside where the valve guide goes, and I don't want to scar that up at all with these sharp corners. Nice, that looks better. There it is. There's one valve guide. Number two. Holy sh**. Now we gotta replace these, but first, this thing's gotta get a bath. Ugh, there we go. And there's the spark plug. Might as well pull these ones out too. I'll just keep them separated. Gotta keep them separated. Here we go, here's the new valve guides. These are made by Kibblewhite Precision Machining. New versus the old one. The only bad thing about this head is that the intake cam journal is a little bit scarred up here. This one is a little bit too, which maybe could be a sign of oil starvation or some kind of blockage, which might be an indication of why this engine failed in the first place. But the camshaft looks pretty much fine. This should probably get polished out though. I'll see what I can do. So I'm gonna try some 1000 grit sandpaper, just see if I can shine it up a little bit. That's kind of all I'm after here. I don't want to take much material away, if any. But to make the new valve guides go in easier, I'm gonna have to toss these in the freezer and then toss this in the oven. I'm gonna pull this off just to be safe. About an hour and those things will be shrunken enough to get them in the head. Good thing my mom's not home. No, the cookies aren't done yet. Alright, we're getting close to 300. That is good enough for me. Okay, good. The valve seats didn't fall out. I was a little worried about that. Okay, we don't have too much time. I'm gonna pull one valve guide out of the freezer at a time, keep the other ones cold. I modified my punch to fit these valve guides. Now they actually fit. Let's do this one at a time. I need a hammer. It is sliding in fairly easy. Alright, we're seated. Ah, frick. Got it. Guess I should sand this thing a little bit more, huh? Number 2. See, now, right now it actually fits. It probably won't fit when I'm done with it though. Now I'm just gonna let this thing cool down and we'll get some valves in there, maybe. Here's the intake valve. It does not fit. Well, I thought I would be able to just get those things in there pretty easily, but I learned that you actually have to ream out the valve guides after they're installed. So I don't have a reamer. I'm gonna have to buy one online and then I'll be able to continue this job. I just realized something. I'm using the old exhaust valve guides, which means they fit perfectly. They've already been reamed out to this size valve. They don't wiggle at all, but they slide nice and smooth. I'm gonna get both of the exhaust valves in. Gonna cut these valve seals. Just going to apply some valve grinding compound, pop it in the valve guide. Oh yeah, just like I'm starting a fire. I do not know how long I'm supposed to do this for. Maybe that's enough, who knows. I'm gonna clean this stuff off, have a look at the finish that I've created. Okay, so it should be a gray-white finish like it is there, but the whole thing I think should be that same color that it is right there. Let's check out the head. Okay, the head looks pretty good too. You can see that gray that this one does not have. I'm gonna try to get the valve seat a little bit bigger. Alright, I'd say that's good. I'd say that's a pretty good valve seat. Alright, so next up, oh, I think I need the valve seal next actually. And some of those came in my complete gasket kit, which is actually made by Tusk. This is the good stuff. And there is an exhaust valve guide seal. There it is, folks. Now the spring. And then the top retainer. I'm gonna try to first put the retainers in. Now let's see if I can compress the spring. Oh, almost. I got it. There's the Hot Cam's complete shim kit. So just gonna go with 2.0 for now, and we'll see how that does. And then the bucket goes over top. On to the next one. And there's the second one using the plier method. I'm going to slap another 2.0 in this one too. Good news, the new reamer came in just like a day later. I love Amazon. Here it is. This is the perfect size, I think. I've done my measurements. I've measured twice. This is slightly bigger than the valve stem, just a couple thousandths of an inch bigger. So let's go ahead and ream out these valve guides. I'm going to do this with my hand power drill. Just going to use WD-40 as a cutting fluid because it is definitely better than nothing, and I don't have anything better than that on hand right now. And let's go for it. Nice. That is the perfect fit right there. It was so easy too. Just ream them out. Gonna spray it out with carb cleaner to get all the little metal shavings out of the intake. So the middle one's definitely different. You can see this part is just a little bit beefier than the other two. Nice. Seems like they all fit pretty much perfectly. Let's see if we have any wiggle. Tiny bit, which is exactly what we want. Just the tiniest little bit of wiggle. We don't want like a charm. For the intake valves, I'll change it up a little bit to a 2.05 on those. Last valve. I cleaned up and re-gapped this old spark plug. Might as well try and use it, save a buck or two. Now the camshafts can go on. I'm not going to tighten anything down because I have to wrap the timing chain around the sprockets before I can tighten them down. But for now, I'm just going to put them in place. Alrighty guys, well the top end rebuild is complete. All the new valves are in the head. I've got all the parts lined up here as you can see, so you know what that means. The next video is going to be the reassembly of the engine, the complete rebuild. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully you enjoyed this installment of the $500 YZ450 rebuild. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you can see me hopefully riding this bike soon. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next upload. Comment down below if I missed anything. If you want to tell me anything quickly before I start this engine and possibly blow something up, please put it down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time with the engine rebuild. Peace out.